Hey, welcome back to Dungeon Defenders Redux Quest for Completion. It's been a while. It's been a while. I apologize. I'm sorry. I should have. I just have not been playing the game. I'll be honest. Um, because I don't really know what to do. That's kind of it. I just don't like what do. Simply put, what do? Yeah. So here's a rundown. Here's what I plan on doing this episode. My first step is I want to get Wintermire done on Ascension hardcore. I could probably do Ruthless. Probably could. But the thing is, I don't know. I don't know if I just slammed my headset. I apologize. I don't know if I could do it. You know? Um, from my testing, it was really annoying. At least with the build I was using. Maybe there's a better build. But at least with the build I was using, getting a completion on Ascension Ruthless for that map with our stats right now, the ones that we have, like say here, and on the other characters as well, is, don't get me wrong, it's possible, right? But is it like feasible at the moment for me? Not really. But there are a few things. So first of all, let's get the new candy cane equipped. This is just going to be a new weapon that we use. And second of all, that's it actually. There's no second of all. I want to get started on the episode pretty quickly, and so I will. This build, also, once again, courtesy of Chiku. Chiku's just got a lot of really good builds. This is a build meant for Nightmare hardcore, not for Ascension. It's meant for Nightmare, but then I added some buildings here and there, like snowball towers and things like that, replacing other towers, yada yada. You'll see. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Now we're doing this on Ascension because two things. One, it's a map complete, right? And two, what I'm mainly here for is the fact that this map has really, really nice survival rewards. It has two survival rewards that we absolutely want to get. Um, yeah. So yeah, we definitely want to get those as survival rewards. Um, I want to do that maybe in this, maybe, you know what, maybe we could just do that in this episode. The rewards are a snowman pet, and the snowman pet is nice because it does a lot of damage per second, and it is a long range type pet, so it's pretty nice. All right, just overall of good pet. You don't really care for stats on it, but it's going to be useful for the future. And then the other pet that we're going here for is we want to get ourselves a turkey on a treadmill. And there's a third secret, not really secret, but optional pet, let's say, that I want to get from here. That is the what was that one called? Christmas elephant, I think it's something like that. So here's a rundown. Snowman, just a overall very good pet. Just effective, you know, does its job pretty well. It'll it'll do good DPS. It'll do DPS from afar. Um, it's no Eye of Devastation, but even in Redux, it's a good pet. And as far as, you know, Ascension stuff goes, it's the only pet we have at the moment. After the Snowman pet is the sorry, I'm just focused on building. Is the elephant. So the elephant also a good DPS pet. I think we will use the elephant for something. Probably. Let's say we'll use the elephant for probably. Ah, crap. What would we use the elephant for? I think True Boss Rush. That's only the place that I've seen it used. So, one that way, one that way, one that way, one that way, one that way. I did this wrong, but whatever. And then I'm gonna bring an extra character. So this is gonna be weird. This is gonna be one of the weirder builds because we're actually going to go ahead and continue our building in the first wave, whereas normally we would just build a little bit and we would be done. But yeah, in this first wave, we're gonna be building still. Um, I think that's all the building we have to do for those characters, although we might sell one of those lightning towers for the purpose of lightning tower great, but here's one that's better, guys. Lightning tower great, but the one that's better is a another wall. Actually, we don't need it. Wait, I just thought about it. We don't need one. Never mind, we're good. Basically, right back here, I'm going to place a bunch of ogres. And I'm going to have a wall of ogres back there. So for now, I want to place down the troops for my summoner. This build more or less works on live with Nightmare Hardcore, just as well as it does on Redux. But like here where I'm placing a Spider Queen minion, you would place like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it's like an ogre or two to block that path. Again, it's really just the same build, but slightly different here and there. That should be good. Wow, I just remembered, we have like no time to do anything here. That was one thing I always hated about this map, is the very limited time you have to build in between waves. I hate not having time to build. It makes me feel, let's just say it doesn't make me feel good. How about that? But for now, or from now on, every wave we're just going to be on our, get this other one down. Every wave we're going to be on our monk, power boosting everything over here and upgrading towers. The ideal way to do this is actually being on a monk to tower boost everything, right? Because otherwise this build doesn't really work. And also, you want to be on a summoner? Not summoner, sorry, a one other character. I forget what it's called. Jester, yes, Jester. To be upgrading everything as you go and be using your Wheel of Fortuna and everything. Wheel of Fortuna, Wheel of Fortuna, whatever it's called. Fortuna. Yeah, but that's what you want to be doing. Granted, I'm not doing any of that. But that's just because I don't really have the willpower to level my Jester up yet. I will eventually level up my Jester because it is just the best leveling class. But so far, we haven't needed it. And until we need the Jester, I will not use the Jester. So the reason that this doesn't work on Ruthless is, as you've noticed, the back crystal back here and the crystal over there are not actually protected by anything. They're just like, enemies don't go to them because they're getting focused by the towers in the middle. And that's the crux of this build. Whereas the build on Winter Wonderland 2 was saved by the fact that you put one thing at every crystal, right? You had a DU to do it, I guess. And, you know, none of the enemies that spawn there fucking ignore all your towers and are jackasses. In this one, not so much. In Wintermire, you don't have that luxury in terms of, like, bosses, I guess. And also, it'd be really uncomfortable to build different to how I'm currently building this. I don't know how to explain it better, but, like, basically, trying to build it in a more unique way would be very annoying. So instead of being annoyed, we're settling for not doing it on Ruthless and having it take a bit longer, but as a trade-off, it is also much easier for us. Hey guys, I'm going to use this time here to quickly tell you guys something. First of all I'm doing here is just tower boosting and upgrading auras first, and then whatever else next. Second of all, later on we do survival of this map, and we have a lot of failures. I would definitely suggest doing better than I did in making an initiate boost monk so you can not fail on the map, have a much easier time. But that's it for now. Now, there's a few things I'm going to mention here, guys. Once again, same as the Winter Wonderland 2 build. I beg of you guys, please, don't be dumb. If you're gonna bring in extra characters, like I'm gonna bring in my EV, and that's it. Like I'm just bringing in my EV and my monk, and then like two other worthless characters is what I'm doing. But if you're gonna be, you know, following along and doing your own thing like I am, bring in like, I don't know, a summoner with damage boosts on these towers so that the towers have an easier time. A pet that can repair your towers, a pet that can deal damage, anything that isn't what I'm doing, more or less, right? Just do more than I am. I'm doing like the bare minimum for effort. On a secondary note, I don't even know if this is going to work with confidence. The thing is, I did get a complete on this in my solo, like, you know, offline, how do I say it? My offline attempts. What's the term? Local slash open attempts. I did get a complete on it. But it was really rough. Then again, my complete on regular Dungeon Defenders, like non-Redux, was also really rough, so I don't know if that's really a thing that matters, but, you know, it is a thing. So here's what's going to happen. During the boss wave, there's a few things that I remember happening. First of all, this wall that we set up here, don't remember why, don't know why, but the Spider Queen sees it and is like, no, 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 vroom, and just runs past it and pushes it forward, and it's really annoying. And I don't know how to stop her from doing that, so I just was like, you know what, fuck it, we'll deal with it. So we're gonna have to deal with the Spider Queen just pushing this wall up, and then that's why I put up a wall of ogres here. Alternatively, you can put up a wall of, well, just a regular wall instead of this wall of ogres here, and that will also stop the Spider Queen. Not really stop the Spider Queen, but anything from getting through, like the Barbarian or the Squire, because the Spider Queen gets stuck, like running up to this crystal, and then she can't get past. But I use a wall of ogres because the wall of ogres, unlike a regular wall, isn't just gonna like poop out on me and die. Although I don't think it's recommended, because what happens is that if ogres do get too far forward, what will end up happening, and I can say this for a guarantee, is given long enough time, the ogres will just start smacking the other ogres that you have there. But since your ogres are right next to that crystal, can you guess what else they're going to smack along with your ogres? That's right, they're going to start smacking the crystal, which is not ideal. So yeah, again, like I said before, this isn't the best build. This isn't an amazing build, but it is a build that I know works, and that's it. I will eventually do a build that is more efficient, but for now, I kind of want to see how many of the maps that I can get done out of the way with just like around 4K stats. This is probably going to be the last one in that series series of attempts, to be honest, because man, I just want to have higher stats. But yeah, I think that's like everything I have to say, to be honest. So for the boss wave, maybe a bit more. For the boss wave, there's no secret on this map. The rewards on it aren't particularly amazing. People only farm this map's campaign for getting radioactive diamonds, because it's like, you know, the fastest way to do it. But like, you know, that's not how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna complete this map once on right, this difficulty, and then once on Ruthless as well, just for completion's sake. And that's gonna be it for me. For the boss wave, what we're gonna do is bring in our EV, our mage, so that our towers do more damage, and our summoner, because I don't know, our summoner, why not? And what we're gonna have is our monk sitting back here, holding right click, using both a tower boost and hero boost. And then we're gonna have our other class. Oh god, our DPS EV floating around this middle area. Hopefully it will kill the Barbarian very quickly, and after the Barbarian it can go straight onto the Spider Queen and kill her very quickly, or the Squire. As long as, you know, one of those guys is dead soon after is good. We'll have a lot of mana lying around because of the fact that so many ogres just run around at this middle area. We're going to have a lot of mana lying around, and what we'll use that mana for, more likely than not, is just recharging our EV beam over and over and over again. Tip I'm going to give you guys for the boss here. On the boss wave, float around as much as you can and try to be very high up the whole time. That way you don't get hit by the webs, because they actually have splash damage. That'll be all. One thing I'm going to do real quickly, actually, is I'm going to build a quick one of these back here, just in case it helps us out. Which it might not, I don't know. Let's go onto our EV. We need to upgrade anything on our EV. No, our honeygun's maxed out. Bring in our U, bring in Summoner, because why not? And then we're going to also bring in our Mage, because our Mage is actually useful. So for the reason behind the Mage, because there's actually kind of a reason behind that, we're bringing in the Adept because her being here boosts the damage that her towers do. So it's actually beneficial for us to have her here. One thing I'm going to do really quickly is I'm actually going to go around on my EV soon and just start upgrading, repairing towers. But before that, I want to get the wave started, so I'm going to get the boost started on my monk and get going. There, now the boost started. I think that'll be at a good enough angle that it'll deal with everything. He keeps shooting, good. Now let's build up this EV beam. And also repair some of these kind of dying auras. But as you can see, stuff has a lot more health now. Like these guys, I think I don't know how much health they have exactly, but the Cyclopses and Ogres, they have 50 million HP. The Skycopter Ogres have even more than that. They have way more health than they'll ever need. Yeah. Things don't do much damage. Things don't do any more damage though, so that's good at least. So the general strategy I have for the boss, I guess there's not going to be many cuts in this. General strategy I have for the boss is start at this crystal, right, with my beam going, and then, you know, use my beam until either I get webbed or I run out of beam, and then I drop down a decoy in the middle here, and that deals with some enemies and distracts the bosses, and then go back and redo that like 84,000 times. That is my professional strategy for dealing with this. Okay, I thought the tower boost went down for a sec. Let's get back here. Let's repair some of these auras. Oh, so much mana is dropping right now that a lot of it is actually disappearing just because there's no room for it to drop to, basically. Here's a fun fact. Deadly Striker Towers, along with maybe Snowball Towers, question mark, actually prioritize, in case you didn't know this, they prioritize the Jins and stuff over like a lot of enemies. They have like a prioritized list of priorities when it comes to what mob to go after. Because like obviously they can shoot through walls and all that. I'm going to get that going. So they kind of need to have a priority list. Alright, so just going to make sure that this set of auras back here is fully repaired. It's actually not damaged very much at all, which is surprising because usually this area is kind of hurt. That's good. Well, you know what else you could have? Probably like a fairy pet or something, or somebody like tanking all the spider boss shots like in the middle here, or something like that. I don't have any of that though, I'm too lazy. Alright, final boss wave. Make sure everything is repaired. I probably should have upgraded things a bit more. I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move a little bit forward like this on this character. I'm going to press N. This is going to be rough, guys. Alright, and we have the boost. Now I want to jump down, and eventually I'm going to find Santa. Oh, I got two people, not just Santa. And if that Spider Queen minion doesn't get to us too soon, we'll get both of these guys down at once. Nice. So I guess it helps to have two characters sitting there. So now whenever we can, we'll get the Spider Queen minion down. I think she has a resistance to proton beams, but that's fine. Let's place down a decoy back here so that she can get focused on that. And hopefully we can also get our beam back fast enough to be able to finish her off. She did get stuck, which is really nice, but as you can see, she's slowly moving forward, breaking our shit down, being an overall jackass. But would it be the Spider Queen if she didn't do that the entire time, guys? I don't think so. As you can see, she has fully moved that wall out of the way. She don't care. But place down some of these down here, and hopefully they kind of deal with things on their own. Again, kind of sucks, but as long as the ogres don't get too frisky, we'll be good. So actually, on this character, the boost did go down, which sucks, but we can get it back up. Ooh, we got hit with a whatchamacallit shot there. That sucks. Thankfully, we have our boost going again, and we still have our monk alive, so that's good. I'm going to try not to damage her so she doesn't get back up too soon for a second. Oh, die, you abomination. I hate spiders. I already tell you guys that. I despise spiders. Personally, terrified. Also, they're just spiders. How could you like spiders, huh? Tell me that one. Again, fucking jank-ass build. Look at how much shit has been destroyed. We're like 1 second off of disaster at any given point in time. But that is a beep build, if ever there was one. Oh, she canceled my beam really early there. That sucks. As long as we have our tower boost and stuff going, then we'll be fine. Let me see if I can get one of those down there. That's good. I'm surprised we haven't lost more towers, to be honest. And we are done. Ah! I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And we got an achievement. That's good. That's good. That's cool. But yeah, I don't think she gets any more health on higher difficulties, by the way. And I honestly, guys, hear me out on this one. We're only doing this map for not really the radioactive coal even, just for the completion so we can do survival. Listen to this one. Do this map on Ascension Hardcore, but with two characters. Just two characters, right? Your Eevee and your Monk, they'll have half the amount of health, and so will all the other enemies. It'll be even easier than it was. I mean, it wasn't that easy for me, but it'll be easier for you guys as well. We want to keep that Apprentice. That's a pretty good one. Or not Apprentice, Huntress. So yeah, that's what I would recommend you guys doing. Oh, I want to throw up. Ugh. I ate food today at a restaurant, and the restaurant was kind of garbage. Let's see. I want to keep one of these. Both of these suck, actually. I won't keep the band hammers. Candy cane? Sadly, that candy cane is actually worse than the current one we have, because it doesn't have enough upgrades. And then this is definitely worse. And all of these accessories are very likely to be bad. This one is a Thinker because it has ability 1 and hero damage, hero HP, so it's probably worth keeping. It has interesting colors. I'm going to keep this. That's just for aesthetic. But yeah, that's the completion of the map. That's all I had planned for this episode. The next plans for me guys for the episode is probably get this map done on survival. Let me make sure I'm not selling anything important like the coal. I did do that on accident on local. Um, oh, we're also gonna get a bunch of mana for the items on the ground here as well. See how much we get. 400 million, nice. But yeah, next step, get that map on. Probably my plan is Ascension Ruthless. See if I can do that entire map on Ascension Ruthless, and ideally, if possible, which it should be because I think it'll be easier since we don't have to deal with, you know, a giant boss being in the middle of the map. Uh, if we can pull that off, good episode. But for now, I'm gonna go and start testing things out on local, start testing out builds, and I'll come back to you guys once I got a good build. Hey, hey, I'm back. It is about a day or 2 days later, maybe, and I've decided on what we're gonna do after some extensive thought. Wow, these gloves are really good. Lord, these gloves are really good. Holy crap. Anything better than that? Probably not. Wow, these gloves are amazing. Sorry. We're gonna equip a new set of gear for once on our characters. That's right. Finally getting an upgrade on all of our characters. Just gonna look for power damage and everything for our this character. That's what we're gonna upgrade everything with. I don't think there's anything with boots that's better than our current ones, but I'm sure that we will find something for other things. Um, this is very strange. Is there no recording of the game itself? Sorry. That's not good. It should be recording the game audio. Okay, it is. It's just very quiet. Sorry. Upgrade tower damage. Actually, I need to respec and get some points out of range. These are the new stats. We have 4.5k on this. It's actually a new staff that we should be using now that I think about it. I think it's this one. No, it's probably this one. This staff right here. If I remember correctly, we can max out most everything on the staff. Yeah, this is a very, very nice staff for us. Pretty big upgrade. I'm going to keep this one for maybe RDV or something. I'm going to keep all this armor just for now. But yeah, these are the new stats. Again, health doesn't really matter. Let me respec, so we'll put everything into damage. About 5,000 damage, 2.7, 2.6, and 2.2k HP. We didn't need to do this, but I did this because I wanted to. Sorry, I've wasted a lot of time. All right, what are we doing? Wintermire. We're gonna do Survival Wintermire Ruthless up until the whole map. We're gonna do the whole map on Ruthless Survival. Oh, I forget. Did we do this map on? Didn't we do this map on Ascension Ruthless? I don't think we did it on Ascension Hardcore. Oh, I should go check that. But we're gonna do this map on Ascension Ruthless. We're gonna go Survival here. Gonna go up to wave 25 for the survival, and we're going to get ourselves a very, very nice pet known as a mini snowman. We're going to get 4 of those, and they should be pretty good. I think those snowman pets are generally really powerful from this map. After we get the snowman pet, we're going to go over to Nightmare Ruthless, and we're going to start at wave 25. We're going to go until the end of the map to get ourselves a bunch of turkey pets, and then we're going to farm that and get a bunch more turkey pets. Because, as you can see from our characters, we have a bunch of level 93 characters, but I mean, some of them don't even like have pets. Well, actually, now all of them have pets. Now that I think about it, but like this one is not really a proper pet. And these fissionables are great, but I would rather have higher stats. And the other thing is that turkeys give us a 45% speed boost as well. So they'll be very nice. They're the highest stat pet that we can equip for now. Let me move my mic away a little bit. They're the highest pet stat that we can equip for now that doesn't require us to be level 100, which is important because, say for example this, right? Being level 100 requires getting essentially double this amount of XP, which would take a while, like at least like an hour on every one of these characters. And I don't really want to do that, so we're going to stick with the turkeys. But yeah, do this map on Ascension Ruthless, Survival Ruthless Ascension, until wave 25, then swap over to Nightmare Ruthless, then from Nightmare Ruthless finish the map at least once, but probably a few times. Get a few turkeys for stats and for speed and all that. Then from that, we're going to go over, and I think what I want to do next is actually something that I bet you guys didn't know. I want to do portal defense on either. I know we can do it on Ascension Hardcore, but maybe if I can find a build Ascension Ruthless. Basically, the reason we're doing this is because in Redux, the weapon that it drops is a called a Unicorn Glaive for a monk, and it heals you based off of the amount of damage you do to an enemy, and you can get like really high damage and stuff on those weapons in Ascension, just because of how the I guess stacking works. I don't know how to describe it, but basically they can be really nice on Ascension because of Redux stuff, and those will be necessary slash very useful for completing a lot of stuff in the future. Um, like say for example the Lost Quests, Return to Crystalline Dimension, all these things on Ascension Ruthless. We can get those done. Um, assault packs here. The regular assault pack that we have here doesn't really. We can do this with what we have right now, but um, for everything else, very much so something that we should get done with new gear, with that Rainbow Glaive, and we'll basically be running around with the Rainbow Glaive and a pet that just does damage, running around everywhere and hoping things work out. We also, one more thing that we might do, not in this episode probably, but might do a bit of Winter Wonderland 2 on survival and try to finish the whole map because I think we want to do that. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure we want to do that. Because if we succeed in it, we get this ice cube pet, and the ice cube pet is very nice. Now, to clarify, if we were gonna do this, it would have to be on Ascension Ruthless. Not really have to, but I would really want it to be on Ascension Ruthless, because otherwise, our Snowmen pet wouldn't be that good. It wouldn't be as good as it could be. And as a last thing, there was another map. Oh yeah, Halloween Spooktacular 3. That's also Lost Quests. We might also do this on Ascension Ruthless, get that completed. But I think it's actually going to be pretty difficult, so maybe we don't do that. We'll see. But for now, I've rambled on for long enough. Let's get into it. Uh, wait, hold on. Wait. I know I said let's just get into it, but there's one more thing that I wanted to do, which is I want to equip some new gear once again. Um, so the build that I'm using for the map is going to be from a guy called Mushroom Man. I don't know his full name because I don't remember it, but it's like Mushroom Man and then two numbers after that. Basically, he's just got very nice builds for stuff, and I'm gonna be yoinking his build because it is, as I said, it's a very nice build. So that's gonna be pretty helpful for us. Can we max this out in range? No, you can't max out in range. That's sad. This is good for. You are good for nothing. Is that it? I thought it was a chest plate. I guess we're just gonna use this chest plate then. Oh, this is actually another piece, whatever. Um, yeah, this will be a bit of not really much of an upgrade, but we don't really need much. And lastly, for you, probably replace your chest plate as a really good chest plate. Never mind. Gloves. Yeah, I'll place the gloves on this character. Sorry, I know this is not the most entertaining thing. But I'd like to get better stats. We can do it with our original stats, but it'll be harder. I don't like the trap reset speed. Do we have anything that doesn't give? Yeah, boots. We can give better boots. Then here, armor, power, boot. These look like to be better boots. These are better boots. Great. I don't know what else I would use these for even. So, right. Make sure we have decent speed. We don't. Is it because of the gloves? Because of the gloves and helmet. God damn it. I apologize. But I really do want to get good gear to be a thing that we have. That's gonna lower our stats even more though. Is there nothing else I can use? We just replace our chest plate. We're surviving. We don't. Sorry. Never mind. That's enough dilly dallying. Let's get into Ascension, Ruthless. The reason that we're doing this the way that we are, I think, yeah, this is probably where you guys are coming back from the speed up, because I did a lot of nothing earlier. The reason we're doing this on Ascension Ruthless right now, but we're going to be going to Nightmare, is because being on Ascension gives you like a higher loot multiplier, let's say, right? And that means that you can get better loot. Like your loot ceiling is higher and your loot floor is higher. I think. I'm not an expert on a lot of these, but I'm just talking off of what I'm pretty sure I know. And basically, ruthless mode doesn't really matter that much because I think we already hit our ceiling for like how good the loot's gonna be. Stat like not tower damage or whatever, all that stuff. That's gonna be capped out already. But the reason that we're still gonna be doing ruthless mode for this little starting part of it is because the Snowmen pet, while yes they will not be getting any significant increase in terms of like, you know, tower stats, they will be getting a good enough increase in terms of their damage, and that's what we're going to be using them for anyways. So I want to get those with damage to be really high. Now we could probably for sure. I need to swap characters. This is so slow. We could definitely get our the Christmas elephant pet. I forget what it's actually called, but maybe Christmas element. We could get that as well from this with Ruthless mode turned on and on Ascension and all that, but I don't think it's a good idea, just because it'll be kind of difficult and it'll take a bit of time, and I don't really want to do that. Do that there, that there. Again, this build is entirely just somebody else's, but I took it and changed a few things, like these gas traps. The person that I'm yoinking this build from, basically, Mushroom Man, he's not a fan of gas traps. I am a huge fan of gas traps because gas traps make everything work. You have gas traps, and all of a sudden you can do a map that you shouldn't be able to do. Also, because we're on only the first few waves, these enemies should have very little health, so we shouldn't have to worry about much. You've noticed with these oil traps also that we have oil traps on top of gas traps, and that is an indicator that we're going to be using a fireball build. But yeah. And another thing, I think this map actually does cap its stats later on anyways, so being on Ruthless wouldn't change much for the turkeys either, at least from what I've seen. Go on you. It's also a fairly simple build. You don't really have to do that much. And if you have higher stats... Oh wait, no wall there. Right. I'm building for campaign right now. Sheesh. 2 reflector walls right here. This is the part that I change a little bit from his build. I like to build a 4DU buff beam there, like, there, but I build my reflectors like this because I don't have the stats to prevent enemies from going through this top area up here. So I could probably get that to go in there. I compromise by going, you know what? If I can't kill the enemies before they land, I'm going to make sure that they don't destroy my towers after they land. So that's why I do things like that. Deadly Striker, you, Fireball. Alright, so we're going to have, this is the basic build. 2 Fireball towers facing this way. 2 Fireball towers facing this way. I'm going to aim them a little bit more to the right. And then 1 Fireball tower is aiming straight to the right here. Straight to this way. Left, sorry. And then it's, I think it's like 6 lightning towers. But before that, I don't know how I placed that Deadly Striker. Before that, 1 deadly there, 1 deadly there, and 1 deadly to the bottom right. And then I know the rest of these are just, whatchamacallits. The rest of the towers there is just going to be lightning strike towers. And I don't have my other character shown. But this is effectively the build. There's going to be one more thing we're going to add. There's going to be 2 Spider Queen minions here, a Spider Queen minion here, and 1 over here. Oh, I missed a wall. 1 reflector wall over here as well. For now, I'm going to swap to my monk and quickly get some mana for us to be able to place our last few lightning towers. Do we have everything in there? Good. Okay, there we go. 2, roll 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, I missed something somewhere, but we'll be fine. Alright, and now let's upgrade this as well. So the reason I add the gas traps is because the way that this build works is it takes aggro from all the enemies and makes the aggro focused onto the center. They shouldn't be going towards the crystal. And it works. It works almost all the time. But the issue is, it's a very simple issue, sometimes an enemy will go past and it'll go straight for the crystal. And when that happens, I mean, we're basically screwed whenever that happens. So to solve that problem, I placed gas traps back there and replaced a slow aura that he usually has. Oh, I remember. We should be placing a gas trap back here. Not a gas trap, a weaken aura here. Which means I also think we built one too many deadly striker towers. But yeah, you can see they're already at the crystal over here. So yeah, we're gonna be moving this gas trap here back towards that weaken aura, and we're gonna be moving this oil trap towards this because otherwise Jins take it down. We're gonna do that this wave. Probably, yeah. Let's just sell one of our deadly, not deadly strikers, our lightning towers. Um, through. Man, I wish I actually remember the build properly. It should be those two there. You know what? We shouldn't have sold that. We should not have sold that lightning tower. Damn it. We're gonna have to rebuy that then. Alright, well, since we can't stack anymore on top of this, I'm gonna sell everything that's there. Ooh. Alright, I guess you guys will get to see me replace that again. Oh yeah, I can do this as well. Quickly run over and place one more reflector. This reflector he has placed differently in his build, but I only noticed that Ogre Spitballs come from that direction directly. You should be placing a... You should be selling the slow aura. Should you? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I should definitely be selling the slow aura. Alright. 1, 2, 2, 8. That should be all the towers. I am going to try aiming both fireball towers so that they don't get stuck on this wall over here, because I always hate when that happens. They just keep hitting that wall. I want to hope that doesn't cause issues, because they're facing this way more. Then a deadly striker facing forward, back, bottom right, then a bunch of lightning towers. And now if we fully cap out on DU, I know I did everything right. I apologize, this build is not really concise or anything. Before I finish it though, okay, yeah, we did right. We have 7 DU left. Before I finish it though, I should explain a few things. We're doing this on Ruthless because, like I said before, you know, the rewards, but also, if you don't do this on Ruthless, the later on waves, like the final-ish waves, will have, what was the number? I think it's like 4,000 enemies-ish, and then 5,000 if you have all 4 players in for, like, say, the final wave. And, not the best, you know. So it'll take too long, basically. But by doing this, we won't have to worry about that at all. Just because there's not as many enemies. Move this to the right. Actually, I'm going to just sell this one. Wrong button. I always keep thinking that my Spider Queen minion is on my button number 6. Although I know it isn't, but I just keep thinking that. Do we have enough mana? Oh, we might have to go up to the little pedophile guys, these shroomites. I hate them. Get some mana from them. I want to hope we don't. We might. Now, this build does work for Ascension Ruthless if you have around 7k stats. But since I don't have 7k stats, I can't do it. Alternatively, this build also works for the whole thing if you run a monk with, what was it? If you run a monk with, not a monk, an initiate. Yeah, you gotta run an initiate and use her tower boost as well. If you run both of those, this build can probably work for the whole thing. Just get like a 2k initiate boost monk. I mean, initiate boost initiate. It's not initiate boost, it's remote boost. Goddamn. And that'll probably solve the issue. But for now, this is effectively the whole build. One more Spider Queen minion, and that'll be it. Although I like to place a few more things like a mage here and there, but they're not really necessary, and they're not really that helpful either. But I like to place them because I'm used to it at this point, and I don't really want to, you know, leave any DU. But yeah, this build works. I know that even, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure this build can work with difficulty, but it can work if you just decide to do it with just how, you know, my stats, and you just keep a monk around the whole time. It does work still. It's just really rough. And it might not be 100% like accurate or consistent. Is there any... Did I forget to get one of you guys? I did. Good. Mana here. And then move this thing back because otherwise Jins will just destroy it. Keep it fairly forward though. I want to put it behind the reflectors so that the Jins prioritize things correctly. But yeah, that's the build. All you're gonna do is upgrade everything. I mean, you'll see me, but you're gonna upgrade all the stuff. Everything gonna be upgraded. Every once in a while, you'll go around to these different areas and repair things. But that'll be pretty uncommon. But it is very important that you max out everything. Obviously buff beam first, but then I think you want to max out your buff beam, then your auras, then all your deadly strikers and stuff, then your Spider Queen minions, and after that it's just like whatever you feel like. Personally, I would go for the traps, but they don't really matter that much. The traps, especially the gas traps, play that much. They don't go down unless a Jin comes nearby. But yeah, so I'm gonna start the thing and start the speed up, put some music in the background, and start watching some YouTube videos. And for once, I can actually watch YouTube videos without having to worry about anything because I recently got this extension for OBS that allows me to record without actually recording my audio from YouTube. Like I can choose exactly what I record audio from. It's so nice. I might want to go repair that aura. Yeah, eventually. But for now, speed up time. get our snowman pet. There we go. Hopefully these are all good. Alright, so as you noticed, I'm gonna go on my summoner real quick. As you've probably seen, there's a reason. There's a reason why I don't want to do this until wave 35. A lot of them is just because I get angry, but basically, ogres, as of wave like 19, have like, or no, let's say the ogre copter things. Not the ogres themselves, but the copters that carry them have about 30 million HP as of wave 29. As of wave 25 or 20, I mean, they go up to 50 million HP. I don't know the exact numbers behind everything, but I do know that 50 is significantly larger than 30. And yeah, I mean, again, it's possible, but I don't really want to. Not a waste of time. I don't want to like spend a lot of time doing it though. On a secondary note, a lot of ultimates, ultimate plus pluses, and all like them are also dropping, varying quality, of course. Although we did get this one right here, ultimate plus plus armor, which is useful for nothing. Yeah, which kind of sucks because this could have been like, I don't know, put some HP on there, pretty good DPS piece. Put some tower damage on there, would have been like a something piece. I got some of these things as well. A lot of ultimate armors just around the area, but since none of them are plate, we're not going to be using any of them really. But yeah, so we got a bunch of snowmen. Next step is to go onto this map and do survival. Oh, actually, hold on. This is a good mana obtaining weapon. Yeah, okay, that's actually really nice. Oh, the unicorn glaive. It looks just like this. Very similar weapon type to this. That's cool that we got one then. But yeah, let's see what we got. All ultimate, which is nice. Oh yeah, I picked up these ultimate gloves as well. Those were also pretty good. Although we're probably not going to use them, but maybe. Whoa, not all ultimate. One transcendent, but this one kind of sucks. Not enough upgrades. Not enough upgrades. And this one's okay, but I would like more upgrades. Oh, it also has low base damage as well. That sucks. Wow, this has really high base damage. This unironically is probably our best snowman. We can do some quick math here. I think it's 112. It's less than 112 for upgrade, actually. 145, I'm pretty sure at least. 233. Oh, it's 112, I'm stupid. Oh, I thought it was 122, sorry. So, 112, this has 287 upgrades. 286, that's the most we get out of it. Plus 8,000, that's going to go up to 40,000 damage, which is the general amount that you expect from here, versus 112 times 230, plus 1,500? 15,000, I mean? Okay, so they're about the same, but this one on the bottom is probably better because it has, what's it called? It doesn't have negative HP. Actually, this one on the top is probably better. What do I think? So now this brings up a question. Because the snowmen that we got, they weren't particularly amazing, and I want to get something that's like, not amazing, but I do want to get something that's really good. So what I might do is I might actually go through this again on Nightmare as well. So starting on wave 23 rather than 25, and do Nightmare Ruthless and hopefully get a snowman from there. I don't know how that'll go though. But yeah, for now, looking at all these snowmen, this one also might have pretty good damage. I'm going to keep everyone except for this one because it's just simply not usable for us at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't even get to be gigantic either. These snowmen can be really huge sometimes. They can become like gigantic. I wonder if you could hear that car passing by. Bunch of armors that we got as well. Some of the armors here are worth considering, if I haven't said so already. Not too common though. Yeah, like this is a good, this would be a pretty good piece if it had like 100 or so more upgrades for DPS. But yeah, for now that's it. Question mark. There's one more chest back here I want to get. Farming for survival really isn't a good option for us. But yeah, that is the that is that completed. I will yes. Okay, we have 62 billion mana. We'll be fine. I'm gonna quickly go and use this snowman. Wait, which one of these was better? You. I'm gonna use quickly go and upgrade this snowman right here and see how he's gonna end up. Now I am gonna cap out the projectile speed, but I don't know. You could probably just leave it at like 15k and be fine. But I will cap it out because personal preference. Little less than 38k. Or 30, yeah. Let's see the damage on it. Keep in mind, we're not really spec'd for damage. We get 1,000. Actually, fuck it. You know what? Let's get that nearly 1,000 more damage there. There, 3k damage, 2.5k hero boost. On Nightmare, base damage is 1 million, probably 3 million. Yeah, 3.5 million when hero boosted. And this just means that we have a really good pet for pet DPS now. And also, the other thing about the Snowman pet is that he actually works from decently far away. So what this opens up for us is a few things. First, one of the first things that it opens up is we can actually go and do a map like Tomb of Etheria on Nightmare Hardcore. At least I know that. Maybe Nightmare Ruthless or Ascension. I'm not sure on those, but probably those as well. We can definitely do those, that kind of stuff. And that map we can get really, really good accessories from. We can get another really nice DPS pet, a lot of things. But I'm not really sure exactly what to do. But for now, I have other things that I need to get back to. I'm going to stop this recording, and we'll probably pick up, not in the next episode, this episode, but we'll probably pick up on this episode with Nightmare Ruthless on wave 23 right here. I think so, at least. Just to try it, like, lower chance we get a much better snowman, but if we do get a much better snowman, I'll be happy. But yeah, on Nightmare Ruthless, by the way, it'll be pretty much the same HP on most of the enemies, a little lower, but we don't have to deal with Cyclopses, which means effectively we have half the amount of ogres to fight. And as a result of that, we don't really need extremely powerful towers. But yeah, so I'm going to go do something else right now, but I will come back. For you guys, it'll be instant. I'll come back and we'll do survival here, go get a new snowman. Hopefully some of the new snowmen are better than what we have. If not, whatever. Our current snowman is perfectly fine. And move on to the turkeys. Hopefully we get a really nice turkey. An ideal turkey would be, 750 in all tower stats, but honestly, anything that has like the main stats covered is all I really care for. Because like if we look at our this character, right, all of these, but we only really care about these 3 stats because the tower HP doesn't matter. And another thing that I should mention, on the final wave, what will be, or in the final waves, later on waves, I guess, what will be happening is a lot of the time ogres will just run through our spider queens. And when they do that, it'll seem like a big important, like, oh no, this is bad. But as long as they don't live for too long, which they shouldn't, our fireball towers will just deal with everything, just because of how much damage they do, and our deadly strikers. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna see you guys in maybe a day, hopefully less than a day. Hey guys, cutting in, no music yet. I failed this 2 or 3 times, and that's a lot of time wasted. So I'm here to tell you guys right now, instead of doing what I did and failing, you should probably just go make an initiate, get yourself a nice scimitar, get yourself a genie pet for it, or have one already, and have an initiate boost and tower boost going on the entire time, because it is a lot easier than having to deal with failing several times. The majority of the failures were because final wave, but some of them were because the build was a little off, so I adjusted to it. In the end, I did get through with just 1 tower boost, and the whole build that got me through was shown at the very end as well. You can check the timestamps, but I'm cutting in here right now to tell you guys to not do, once again, don't do the stupid thing I did. Come in prepared, and get yourself an initiate boost monk. But yeah, back to music, back to actually seeing the video. Hey guys, I'm doing a bit of post commentary here. This survivor build I'm about to show you guys is based off of Mushroom Man's build. It is a pretty good build. It is not, once again, it is not exactly Mushroom Man's build because Mushroom Man does not like using gas traps or anything like that, but I kind of need to use gas traps because I'm not doing this with an initiate boost. Also, that campaign build that I showed you guys was Chiku's build, not Mushroom Man's, so I wanted to correct that here now. So this build, uh, please just don't do the same mistake I did. Bring in an initiate boost, make an initiate boost if you need to. Um, I went the stupid route and didn't make an initiate boost character and was like, yeah, I'll just tough through it with just my tower boost, and I did. But it's a lot of difficulty, and I had those failures, and I don't really want you guys to go through that. What I want in this series is that for the survival builds, you guys are able to follow me to the tooth, to the tooth, to every detail, and it'll be perfectly fine. And you won't have to worry about that because that really is how it should be. And not having a tower boost or initiate boost meant that I had to fail a lot and do a lot of adjustments. And even now, it's kind of hard, a lot harder than I would want it to be. And I don't want you guys to have to go through that much difficulty because it's annoying difficulty, right? Because either you get the completion or you don't, and that means that you could have potentially wasted 40 minutes and you get nothing out of it. Same doesn't go for boss fights though, because at the end of the day, a boss fight, you're just in there, and I can't help you guys get better at a boss fight other than giving you tips. It's all just playing the game. Maybe I can, maybe there's things like old one practice that I can point you guys to, but eh. So for boss fights, I don't really care, but for anything where it's just pure building and things like that, I really want it to be something that you guys can do like I am, perfect, like exactly like I am, and it will work like 100% of the time or so. And this build, I think it is something like that, but not I'm still not too happy with it. So yeah, all that's to say, in the future I will be bringing in Initiate, and next episode for sure I'll be making one, and I will definitely be coming in a little more prepared for future builds. Not fully, because like who's gonna farm for 8K stats and like 9 different characters for 8 different niche scenarios, but like um, definitely do want to be somewhat prepared for these builds. But yeah, I'm gonna put in some music over the build here. I'll start speeding up once the build is finished. I think I do make one minor adjustment later on, and I'll explain that when I do it. But for now, that's it. Uh, Enjoy the music, enjoy the build, and enjoy the turkeys. Hello, people of post-commentary land. That sounds lovely. I am currently moving these towers a little bit. Moving these guys a little bit because I noticed that they were eating the hell out of anything that tried to get through. Like, I might have slowed it down there, but yeah, they were just like beating the hell out of whatever's trying to get through, and I can't really have that happening. So I had to do that little move there. But yeah, back to the speed up. Here's hoping. Here is hoping. Bring in our adept, because now our fireball towers do more damage. Bring in... Let me see something. I want to see something. I want to see the DPS on these towers before and after we bring in our third character, which is going to be this one. Okay, that didn't increase at all. Having that as our third character doesn't matter, but whatever, I suppose. And I guess for our last character, we'll introduce you. I would really like to have something else brought in. Oh, you know what we could do? I just thought of this. We could actually bring in this character, right? But to help deal with the situation of all the big jackasses up here, we can bring in this one and have her with a fireball thrower right here. I just thought of another thing. Hold on. I leave on this character, and I bring in one of the ones that we don't really care about. Say you. I think I can actually go on you, equip the cat, and then now this snowman will do even more damage. If I built the cat correctly. Yes, it has multiple players. Okay. I won't leave them shooting or anything. Yeah, I won't leave them shooting or anything. We'll just see how this goes. I think, question mark, this will probably work. But we won't know until we test it out. So, fingers crossed, here we go. Ah, good lord, my ears. Alright, there we go. We got ourselves a Torquay. Ah, 4 Torquays to be accurate. They're all 4 of them are. Let's see. I want to check them out last because a bit of suspense. Has a bit of suspense for me. Got to see that all of these are garbage. Could be used as a secondary. Oh, I gotta, whatchamacallit at some point, didn't I? Sugarcane? Candy cane, I mean? Garbage. Accessory is bad. Accessory is bad. Accessory... It's all negative. And accessory is pretty bad. It's keepable for a tower boost. Or, yeah, tower boost monk. Though I don't know that I'd build one. Just yet, at least. We want this for collecting. Alright, so this is the first turkey that we're looking at because I hovered over it on accident. It is worse than what we currently have. This turkey is worse. This turkey is worse. This turkey, it's really good for ranged classes. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. Let's quickly cap out this turkey. We will use this turkey as the one that we'll have on our, what's character? Our aura character. And I imagine we'll find a use for all the rest of the turkeys as well, but kind of sucks that we didn't get any good accessories. Okay. So yeah, that's the episode. Oh my god, it took so long. I really didn't want it to take that long, but at the end of the day, I don't get to choose. So I'm going to quickly get these last few chests on the off chance that there's something good in them, because it's always worth a check. Oh, we're on a nightmare. Oh, we're not on an ascension. Why am I checking? Back to the tavern. Okay. Sorry. Now then. Let's see. Pets and all that sucks. Yep. Let's look at the turkeys that we got. Let me bring them all out for now, and let's compare them to the characters we have. That is it for the episode, by the way. That's like all I plan on doing. It took so many more attempts than I thought it would to do that map. I think I'm pretty confident in saying that we could have done that on Ascension Ruthless. Just entirely based off of the fact that we were able to like get rid of all the skycopters really easily. All it would take would be a changing of one character. But until we get an initiate boost, I don't want to farm that just yet, at least. And if I were to farm that, I would probably farm the Snowmen and the elephant and everything else. But instead, a different plan that I have is I want to go ahead and go into Nightmare Ruthless, or yeah, Nightmare Ruthless of Winter Wonderland 2, and do that on survival to get ourselves an ice cube. That I haven't tested at all yet, but do that, get ourselves an ice cube, and the idea is that I think we will be happy by because we will get ourselves a very, very nice pet to be able to do something like Lab Assault on Ascension Ruthless. And once we can do that, we'll actually be able to get ourselves some really, really, really nice pets. Not pets, accessories. And once we have accessories, we'll get an extra like 1 to 2,000 boost in our stats. But yeah, let's put on that turkey for now. Granted, it's worse on every stat, but that's just because our squire is really good. What's our rate at? It doesn't matter. The rate really doesn't matter for these pets, for these characters. This specific character, I suppose. And that stat didn't change very much. The speed boost, I believe, is the same. Actually, even a bit faster on this current pet. Now we could swap your fish out for something else. Right here. Yeah, I want to give our this character the most stats and everything that we can. And this stat distribution is pretty good for now. You want to have a lot of attack and a lot of rate and a good amount of range. So now you have that pet. I'm thinking you are pretty fine with what you have. You need a new pet though. So let's see if we can put one of the new, one of these guys on her. What do you have? Yeah, well, I mean, this is just better overall. I was just thinking about something else for a moment, but for this current pet, how would we want to play this? I think we would want to put a lot more into. I think we would just put it on into attack, wouldn't we? Probably. Sorry, this isn't very entertaining. I'll do this stuff not off camera, but probably later. Oh, I just realized this character's fish are not giving him any damage whatsoever. So I can actually replace one of them, whichever one's worse, with a turkey. And he'll be able to move much faster as well. Let's see, which one of you is worse? You have less range, more rate, less HP. You get to be huge? No. You get to be huge? No. Since neither of you are going to be gigantic pets, I took the wrong one. Ah, god damn it. Because yeah, no, this one has less range. I want to get this character to have a bit more range. That should be good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should have enough for everything. This one's going to be the most iffy character because she already has a fairly good pet. So I don't know that this is an amazing decision, but I do want to give her this turkey as well. Let me just see. 500 and 600 compared to this will reach 500, this will not reach 600. Eh, I don't particularly care that much about the HP. And for the rest of these goldfish, I could put this on something else. Oh, I could put that on the summoner. Sorry. For the rest of these goldfish, I think I will just kind of have them be in limbo for a little bit. Except for this one. I'll put this one on the summoner. Okay. Yeah. For the rest of you guys, just drop on the ground. And now we have new stuff on all the characters. I think it's overall higher stats. I'm not entirely sure, but the main thing is that we also have a lot more speed. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't matter as much on the summoner, obviously. But on something like her, she still has a negative speed, okay? But even with negative speed, it's a lot better than what we had before. Our apprentice is going to be moving around at much faster speeds as well. You know, once you can actually get up to him. There's acceleration in this game after all. And, sorry, wrong character. Lastly, our character here is actually going to be moving faster than she was before. 10%, but not, so it's not that much, but still noticeable. And our EV is a bit faster. So yeah, that is it for the episode. I apologize that this is such a long episode. I apologize that there were so many fails. And I apologize once more for how late this episode is. It should have been out much, much earlier. But I really got distracted with my friends came back from college, so we started doing a bunch of stuff there. I came back from college, but I still had some things to work out from college before. And on top of that, I'm taking a summer course and all that stuff. So I got really distracted, but I will try to get more consistent uploads out from now on. Yeah. So that's it for this episode. For next episode, all I have planned is I want to do a few things, but they're all leading to the exact same goal, which is to be able to do Lab Assault or a similar type of map for accessories and get ourselves a very, very nice set of accessories so that all of our characters that we have right now, right, who are all missing accessories, can get a very good stat boost, like say 1,000 or so, potentially more, probably not, but potentially in all their stats. So yeah, how we'll achieve that? Anybody's guess? At the moment, my idea is we'll do this map's survival ruthless mode. I'll test it out a lot more offline than I did with Wintermire, I'll tell you that much. My Wintermire testing has proven to be ineffective. I'll do this map to get ourselves an ice cube, another snowman, and an elephant as well. And I think after that, we're going to go into portal defense, do that on either Ascension Ruthless, which is what I really want to do. I really want to be able to do this on Ruthless, or we'll do it on Ascension Hardcore. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I will decide later. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.